Hello everybody, welcome to episode 199 of Show Viewers. Today we'll be going over Star Fox for Nintendo Switch 2. Now I'll just kind of briefly go over the story of this game since it's nothing really too complex. All it really is, well, we see as a prologue, we see as James McCloud, Peppy Hare, and Pigma are all going to fight Andross on Venom, but ultimately Pigma ends up betraying them. We see the death of James McCloud, and Peppy is able to get away, and he is told by James, yo, watch over, Fox. So we now see as the new Star Fox team, the I guess successors of the one formed by James McCloud, are now going about saving the Lylat system from the forces of Andross, since Andross come back and he's trying to fight. So there's a 5-year time skip between the prologue and the events of the game. And so we just kind of see as Fox goes throughout the Lylat system, beating and thwarting Andross at every planet we see, until ultimately we end up getting to Venom or Venom 2, depending on the path you take, where we ultimately meet up with Andross, beat him, and in the two endings of the story, because there's two different endings for the story. First one, you beat Andross, and he ultimately ends up turning into this like mech face form, where you shoot him, ultimately beat him, and then you fly off, go save the day. But Andross, in fact, is not completely destroyed, and he remains there, and he's like, ha ha ha, they think they've beaten me. And then we see the Venom 2 ending, where this is the true ending, where what we do is we fly about, ultimately end up beating Andross, and then we have to fight his mechanized brain and eyes. After doing that, we then escape Venom as James McCloud, actually like an astral form, and guides us out to safety from Venom 2. So, that is really the basics of the story. Now, obviously, there's more complexity. Like, we get to see Star Wolf, which now has Pigma, since Pigma betrayed James ultimately for money. And here, Andross ended up recruiting him and putting him on Team Star Wolf, which has Wolf, Leon, Andrew, and Pigma. Now, the members a part of the new Star Fox team are Peppy Hare, who was on the previous one, and Fox McCloud, Falco Lombardi, and Slippy Toad. So that's kind of just our teams and all of that. And I guess I'll kind of speak on like the intricacies of this game. Now, this game is not very deep at all. Also, I forgot to mention the main general, Commander Pepper, is the main general of the forces fighting for the Lylat system. And so yeah, no, it's not Colonel Pepper. I think it's General Pepper. Crap, I'm forgetting his title. But yeah, so that's kind of all of our characters. Like I said, Andross obviously is the main antagonist. But yeah, so I guess I'll kind of get into the levels. Now, how the level format works in Star Fox is you have 7 levels per run. You'll do a level. I believe the main path, like the easy path, is considered going from Corneria, Medio, Ficina, then Sector X, Macbeth, Bolse, and then Venom 1. However, there are 16 different levels, and there are alternate paths for almost every single level. So you can do a plethora of different runs. However, there is always just 2 separate endings, Venom 1 and Venom 2, which are reached via different alternative routes. So that is kind of like the level setup. Now, I guess I'll kind of mention on what were my favorite levels. So my favorite levels were probably Area 6, Sector X, and this is kind of a hard one to pick. Probably Bolse. Bolse, Area 6, and Sector X were probably my favorites. Also, I did really enjoy Corneria. It was a phenomenal, like, introductory level because it was beautiful. It had nice water textures and all of that. It was super fun. It was challenging at points. And, yeah, so it was just a really enjoyable playthrough. So, yeah, Corneria was also very good. It was an honorable mention among those 3. Now, I personally don't know what my least favorite level design. I'd probably say it was Sector Z. It just was kind of underwhelming because there wasn't much to it, and yeah, the playthrough was unique, but it was just kind of boring itself. Also, Macbeth, I really enjoyed Macbeth as just a kind of a fun level. But yeah, I guess I don't know, Richard, really one I consider to be my the most fun level. Like I said, Macbeth is super fun. Titania is a fun one. All the ones that use the Landmaster are very fun. Now, there's only one. Yeah, there's only one level where you actually use the Blue Marine, which is Aquas, and I'm not massive on it. I personally did not really enjoy the challenges for it, which is something I'll get onto here in later. So I guess just kind of completionist stuff. I'll discuss that now. So completionist stuff. What we see is for the main line, because you have the single player mode, the main campaign mode. Now, what you can complete in the campaign mode is medals. So medals are usually just from getting a certain amount of shots. If a character on your team dies and are downed, then you cannot actually acquire the medal for that level. So medals are essentially just shot counters or shot goals, and they're usually pretty easy to get, especially in the normal mode. Then ultimately, once you get all the medals in normal, you then unlock them in expert, and you have to run through all these 16 levels to get the medals on them. So honestly, it doesn't really feel too tedious when you're doing it, because I mean, a playthrough doesn't take long at all because there's only 7 levels. But it can get difficult at times. Like, I will admit, some of the medals were most certainly difficult for me. But then, after you get all your medals, then you have the final, like, single-player stuff to do, and that is the challenges. Now, the normal challenges, all of them, super easy. The expert challenges, some of those are very hard. Like, there's multiple. One of them was getting the 12 Umbra satellites on Area 6. Right now, I have 9 challenges left at the time of recording this for my completion. I have to do all of them. No, I have 15, because I gotta do 3 left. I have 3 left on Venom 1, and then I gotta do the 12 on Venom 2. But yeah, some of them was hard, and honestly, Aqua's had one where you had to, like, it was like kill all of a certain amount of enemy or something like that, and it was super difficult as well. Also, a lot of people discuss how Solars are difficult. I honestly didn't have much problem with Solars. It's seeming as if each person is having difficulty with a different level when it comes to these challenges. Honestly, one of the harder early on ones was Medio, and Medio you have to destroy the Medio Crusher without activating the reflective shield beam, and this happens if you hit the shield, and there's very specific spots where you gotta hit the weak point, so that is kind of a difficult challenge. It took me a couple tries. But yeah, when it comes to these challenges though, Andross is not the main antagonist of this game. I'll just put it like that. It is your daggum teammates. Star Fox is not a team. I want to see Peppy Hair, Slippy Toad, and Falco Lombardi hanging from the rafters. Oh my gosh, the amount of times I was going through a challenge and they destroyed one of my wings, expert challenge, or destroyed one of my wings, or when I was going for a medal and they messed it up. Oh my goodness, they need to be crucified. All of them. We need to kill Team Star Fox, because they are the main antagonists. Oh, I don't know what it is with the AI in this game. They are genuinely stupid. They are troglodytes. They're drooling on themselves over here because how stupid they are. Like, the AI is literally worthless. It is so bad. Because they, like, run into you when there was no need to run into you. There was a full open lane. They could have gone anywhere besides your wing, but nope. Oh, your wing's gone. Oh my goodness. When I say I hate Star Fox, not the game, but the team, I mean it with all the vitriol and animosity in my heart, because oh my gosh. And then they have the audacity to use some corny out quote like, I think they're a little bit angry or something like that. Oh man, what are you doing in my area? Oh my gosh, hearing Slippy Toad say some of the most stupid stuff when I just lost a wing and I'm about to throw my controller in my TV, it was infuriating. And then they're always blaming it on you like it's your fault. No, you're the one who flew into me, buddy. Like, no, get out of here. Like, what? Because, like, multiple times they're like, hey, I'm flying here. No friendly fire. Buddy, have you considered getting out of the way? There's a complete level elsewhere for you to go. There's so many other enemies for you to shoot, and you could be actually useful, but no, you're being a bum this entire time. Also, when it comes to that, being a bum is their absolute epitome of skill, because I remember when I was going for the medals, the hard thing about the medals was keeping my team alive, because they were worthless. They did nothing when it comes to, like, shooting all of, like, the enemies. When it comes to actually fighting the enemies, Star Fox might as well be, like, I don't even know what, brain dead, rock munching, I don't even know what, because they are worthless. And then the only thing they're good for is dying, which then keeps you from getting the medal, and you gotta restart the level and do it all over again, because you can't get the medal when your when your enemies are, not your enemies, but your teammates are down. So again. Oh my gosh, I can't tell you how many times. You know that scene? I think it's in Dragon Ball Super Superhero, where Gohan's like, where he's like freaking out because he sees Cell Max. That's how I felt 90% of the time when it comes to dealing with Star Fox, because holy smokes, especially when it comes to Venom 2, when you're fighting Star Wolf, literally most worthless space crew we have seen throughout the entirety of fiction. All they're good for is dying. There was so many times I was trying to get the medal on expert on Venom 2, and they just kept dying and dying and dying. Brody, be good. You're a professional mercenary group fighting an entire war. We like 4-man this war, and you can't even attack someone who should be of lesser skill than you, buddy. Okay, So back to like actual discussion. But yeah, that's what the challenges are. The challenges aren't too bad. They just can be infuriating at times, and they're not necessarily bad because of teammates. Now they can be bad because of teammates. Like I'm on Venom 1 right now, and the trouble I'm having with getting the 45-second timer on Golmec is that I keep losing my wings to teammates when I'm trying to fly to the area, because you can't. Of course, you can't start. There's not a checkpoint. You gotta go all the way to Golmec. Gotta play through the whole level again. But yeah. So with all of that vitriol, I guess, spewed out there, I genuinely did enjoy this game. Like, this game was super fun. But yeah, I guess I'll kind of get into other kind of topics. So, music is obviously very good. I don't know if this one was necessarily done by Koji Kondo. I believe it was originally done in Star Fox by Koji Kondo. I don't know if it was done here, but I believe it was done by Koji Kondo. And obviously, Koji Kondo does the Zelda games and all that. Koji Kondo does wonderful anytime it comes to music. An actual musical masterpiece, or not masterpiece, but phenom. He is a great musician. And yeah, so art, character design, the graphics in this game look great. Like, they look phenomenal. Like, this is stuff that it shows like the skill and the quality of, not skill, but the power and the quality of the Switch 2. It looks super nice, and like I might just be overglazing it, because I mean, it isn't anything crazy, because it is still like a fictional world. You can obviously tell all this stuff. Also, brief tangent, I forgot to mention the character of Kat, but she's legit only in like 2 levels. She's in crap. Zoness. Zoness is another really good level, by the way. And she's only in Zoness and Sector Z, and she has some relation to Falco. Apparently, she was a part of one of his previous teams and possibly a love interest. But yeah. So, kind of back to the graphics. Like, Corneria, I believe it displays the graphics, and Corneria and Zoness probably display the graphics, the graphical quality and capability of Star Fox the best, because it just looks beautiful on both of those, and they have water on them, that, like, you're flying above the water, not in the water like you are in Aquas. So it does look very nice, and I absolutely enjoyed those levels. And like the art style of this game, I really enjoy it. Now, I wasn't like sure on how much I would actually like the character designs, because it kind of reminded me of the original rendition of Sonic from the Sonic movie. But they actually look really good. I feel like they fit in here, and they're super enjoyable to see. Like, I like the characters; they're very charming and all that. So yeah, I guess what's next necessarily? I haven't played any of the multiplayer. I don't think I'm gonna play the multiplayer, because I'm just not massive into multiplayer games right now. So I think I'm trying to 100% it and then kind of drop it. But yeah. Let's see, what else is there? Whenever the music, the graphics, story. I guess one little thing I kind of picked up on that I thought was pretty cool. So, throughout all the game, this is actually one of the areas where I actually liked the lines given by Star Fox. So, one of the lines that we always see is Peppy discussing teammate. He's always not teammate, but teamwork. He's always prioritizing teamwork, and I think this actually has a deeper connection and meaning than it seems at the surface level, because he's kind of just an old geezer who's trying to promote cohesion so everyone works better together. However, I believe this has a connection. I believe since he had a teammate betray him previously with the first attack on Venom, and I believe he feels a sense of fear now. He's promoting teamwork because he doesn't want to see the team grow and schism, ultimately leading to a betrayal of them. So I think he's kind of traumatized by the events that happened on Venom, where James died and Pigma betrayed him. So I think this is why he's pushing teamwork so much to this newer generation of fighters, because he does not want to see the same thing happen to them that happened to him. I believe that's why Peppy is always discussing teamwork. And I know that might be looking into it too much, but I believe that is a depth that the story may have that no one will really, I've never really seen anyone talk about. But yeah, I mean, I've never played any other Star Fox game. This is my first ever Star Fox game, and I loved it. I really enjoyed it. And like I said, I love that deeper meaning which could have possibly been there. I love seeing how the characters develop throughout the story, because though they don't like directly develop, we see as they grow. We see as Falco and Fox grow more to, I guess, respect each other. Like, especially on playing through Venom 1, we see as they're like, kind of bantering, but in a very, I guess, productive, and they even complement each other at times. So yeah, I just like to see the character development. Obviously, we also see like the team bonding, like how close they are with the mission on Titania, because how you get there is in Sector X. You fight the boss, I believe his name's Spyborg or something like that, and it can knock Slippy out of the sky. Now, this doesn't kill Slippy; it actually sends him to, well, it does kill him, but it sends him to Titania, where y'all then go and save him. And it's a very urgent rescue mission. All that we see as Fox is very disturbed by this, and we see as the team kind of gets a little bit of like at each other's throats after this, because we see as Falco's like, your leadership got us here, at one line in Titania. So it's kind of cool to see how the team's emotions toward each other fluctuates. I really enjoyed that. That was super cool. But yeah, like that's all I really think I have. because like I said, I really like that. I've went over all the other major stuff. Voice acting was really good too, and I feel like it fit. Also on the music fit the circumstance very well. And all around, I just really enjoy this game. It's nothing too crazy, but it does have a lot of challenge. If you're looking for a game that's easy, play it through normal mode. You got it. It's super fun, super easy. Like I honestly don't even know if I've ever played an on-rail shooter before, but I loved it. It was great. It was super fun. Using all the different forms of the R-Wing was super fun. I personally love the Landmaster the most, and the Blue Marine probably the least. But I did enjoy playing through as all of them. Each of them had cool controls. I mean, they were essentially the R-Wing, but they were still cool to have that like customization, really. But yeah, like this game super enjoyable. Like I loved it. It was great, and especially for my first introduction into Star Fox, and I believe it's a great introduction because it has that either you can give yourself the challenge that you're looking for, or you can just kind of play through it casually. And if you're wanting to complete it, you're obviously going to have some challenge, and that's good. I believe this game was only $50, which I believe is a fitting price because it could absolutely be a $70 title. However, it's a remake, so it needs to be cheaper. And I believe that they did phenomenal here. The price is good, and they give you a lot of content. Like, I mean, it's not anything super. You're not going to drop 50 hours into this game, but I mean, I've dropped a good 20, 30 into it already, and I'm almost 100% of it. So I've super, like, really much so enjoyed this game, and I'd highly recommend getting it. I'd give it a solid, I'd say 6 or 7 out of 10, honestly, because it's genuinely just a solid game, and I really enjoyed it. And if they ever release another Star Fox game, I'll play it. I'll pick it up because it was super fun, and I like this on-rail shooter type of thing. If they make it anything like this Star Fox game, then I know it will be good because it's enjoyable. So yeah, that's all there really is for Star Fox over Nintendo Switch 2, I think so. I like the box. I don't know why I didn't bring my box in here, but I have the physical copy because I was struggling to find it. I had to go to 3 different stores to ultimately end up finding it, but luckily they ended up having it on the day after the launch, and I got to play it like that. So yeah, it kind of just looks like it's generic. It'll probably be the thumbnail of the video, but that's what the box art looks like. So it's super cool and all that. And I would highly recommend this game to anyone who's looking for a fun game on Switch 2 for a relatively cheap price. So yeah, that's all there really is for Star Fox for Nintendo Switch 2. That's all we have for episode 199 of Shelf Review. So thank you very much for watching.